Yeah, don't trip. I'm gonna be up early.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
So today we're going to be talking about the Electoral College. So first, a little bit of what the Electoral College is. So the Founding Fathers created this system back in the 1800s because they did not want uneducated voters voting for a poor leader. Today, people go on to vote for the president, but instead they actually vote for electors for the president. And so now that times of technology have changed, like how we can use advertisements to now educate the voters online, the system needs to change as well. So our position is that we believe that the United States should get rid of the Electoral College and should replace it with a direct vote of the people. The three claims I'm going to be making are: the winner-take-all system is not fair to states, direct democracy increases voter turnout, and the direct democracy would make everyone's vote equal. So for the winner-takes-all system and how it's not fair to the states, according to Rachel Trapp, who studies political science at Harvard, she says that under the Electoral College, swing states receive far more attention and have significantly greater sway in the election results. This can make those in blue and red states less likely to vote, as their votes largely don't matter. Swing states they're on the line between voting Democratic or Republican, and the presidential candidates will go there and put all of their, most of their resources there, leaving just the larger states who normally vote for Democrat or Republican just out on their own. Also, so looking at the importance of how swing states are, Rachel Trapp also stated that Donald Trump won the Electoral College as a result of a mere 100,000 popular votes spread over the three key swing states. That's about 0.08% of all votes cast. So even though this is such a small margin of voters who voted for him, he still won the whole thing, even though Hillary had the majority of the popular vote. So also with the Electoral College system, the people vote for electors rather than directly vote for the president. And so Tyler Lewis, who studies political science at University of Maryland, Baltimore County, says that the system could lead to faithless electors who vote for the opposite party's candidate. So when you vote Republican and the state wins the Republican nomination, you would expect all the electors to vote Republican, but this is not true. There have been times in the past where electors have voted for the other candidate, and if you vote Republican, that's not what you want, so it's not a fair system. On to my secondary point, that direct democracy increases voter turnout. According to fairvote.org, voter participation for all registered voters has been around 55% for all president elections since 1960, and has been even lower for the midterm elections. Also, according to fairvote.org, as voter turnout is markedly lower in states that receive no presidential attention, the reallocation of campaign resources to include non-battleground states would likely increase turnout in those states. So like I was talking about earlier, how the candidates will put most of the resources in swing states, leaving the big states who normally vote for one party or the other just out on their own, and this will decrease turnout in those states. So according to Professor Tomas Dvorak, who is a sociology professor at Charles University, says that the process of direct political participation in itself causes long-term increased turnout by educating voters and increasing their interest in political institutions. He also says that since our country does not has never had a direct election of the president, there is no evidence here that shows that direct election of the president could increase voter turnout. But looking at another country that does have the direct election of the president, which is the Czech Republic, he found that the results show the local direct democracy in the Czech municipalities increases turnout in national elections. So what this means is he found that direct democracy does lead to more voter turnout in the elections. So now to my third point, that direct democracy would make everyone's vote equal. Tyler Lewis also said that a Republican's vote in California doesn't really matter, and a Democrat's vote in Texas is worthless. This is mainly because in the past history it's shown that California mainly votes Democratic and Texas mainly votes Republican. So Republican in Texas, they went out and vote in the presidential election. Their vote would pretty much be worthless because the state's pretty much going to go Democratic. So if we look at fairvote.org again, it shows that Eastern California, which is mainly Republican, as seen from the Public Policy Institute of California, had a voter participation of around 30%, while everyone else in California, which is mainly Democratic, also according to the Public Policy Institute of California, they had a voter participation around 50%. And then also according to 270 to Win, which keeps stats of all voters in each state, it says that California has voted overwhelming Democratic since 1992, and the number of Democratic voters continue to rise. This is mainly because of people immigrating from Mexico. They'll mainly vote Democratic. So as those numbers increase, more Democratic voters would increase, which would make Republican votes more worthless. So also fairvote.org said that it would make direct democracy would make every state equally viable in an election, and it would span presidential campaigns from just 10 states, which are the swing states, to all 50 states. So in conclusion, we should change the Electoral College to the direct democracy, because the winner-take-all system is not fair to all states. The direct democracy increases voter turnout, and it would make everyone's vote equal.